Hello people, welcome to another video. This one is going to be on a different topic than Linux. I would like to share my opinion in case you are considering a purchase of a graphics card in this point of time, June 2022. You might have noticed that the prices of the graphics card have significantly reduced with the availability of LHR cards. But the thing is, when you look at the global economies, we see that all the markets are closing since 2 or 3 weeks in negative zones. Especially this changed drastically when the Russians invaded Ukraine and Western allies led by USA imposed sanctions on Russian exports, mainly oil and gas. As a result, we were already in a shady situation because of 2 years of pandemic. We were hardly able to recover, and then these sanctions came. This eventually triggered the inflation, and now all the central banks globally, they are talking about tightening the monetary policy to curb the inflation, which basically means that the outlook is not really good for the stock markets. For example, if you look at Dow Jones, you see it has been gradually decreasing. Same applies for S&P 500. It has been dropping significantly, Nasdaq, and so on. When we go to commodities, we see oil, the Brent oil and the crude, they went plus like 120 something, and they are still high. Whereas we look at the cryptos, so these currencies, they are in a free fall. If you look at this chart for 6 months, for example, you can see that Ethereum, for example, it was about $4,000 and it came down to 3/4 of the value gone. Same thing goes with the Bitcoin. This was like $46,000 6 months ago. In fact, if you go 1 year ago, you will see $60,000. So you just imagine how much money people have lost in these crap currencies. So eventually, what I mean to say, if I summarize the whole discussion, inflation is high, mainly triggered by energy prices and food prices, supply chain issues, and people had lots of money taken from banks in terms of loans on lowest ever interest rates. Eventually, what happened? Inflation went really high. People already had money. We had invasion of Ukraine, then sanctions on Russia. Now, what happens here is equity markets nowadays are bearish. The cryptos are in free fall. As the interest rates rise, people have more safer places to invest their money, such as banks, time deposit, where the capital could be eroded. So this, if you put everything together, in my opinion, this basically means that the miners will not see any point in continuing mining because it will become non-profitable, most probably, because the energy prices are really high. And if this situation prolongs, I am pretty sure that the miners will start selling their hardware because there is no point in burning hardware, running the mines and paying high utility bills while the profitability is quite low. So all of this put together is basically good news for us gamers. I think if the sell-off triggers in the mining world, we will see a flood of used graphics card which will pull the prices down for everything. That's one thing. And once we have so many graphics cards available in the used market, it will also create a pressure on newer cards, where I think manufacturers would be thinking to reduce the MSRP of their cards. And then also, of course, if we wait a few months, we are talking about 40 series being released by NVIDIA. So eventually, if you are considering a purchase of graphics card, my suggestion would be to wait for a few months, at least for a few weeks, unless you are buying out of urgency. That's something else. If you're looking for a general upgrade, then better wait. Maybe you'll get a better deal and bargain for your money. I hope this video makes sense to you, and if you like it, please share it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.